Clement's Homebrew coming at ya, and happy Homebrew Wednesday to everyone. Yes, this is the real Homebrew Wednesday. I did an early Homebrew Wednesday, Homebrew Wednesday on Monday, where I announced the birth of my grandson. That was a momentous occasion. You should go back and watch that one. So I have a new grandson that was born on Sunday, and his name is Elijah Cole Clements. Very exciting in the household here, and I had a fantastic beer that day. I had one from Jameson Mockle, and it was his Wednesday 12 clone. That was some fabulous beer, let me tell you. Today, I've got to start off with a homebrew again, though, of course, right? It's Homebrew Wednesday. What have I got? Well, this isn't his label, it's mine, but this one is from Joshua Hoover. Josh, known better as ManBearPig 1122334455. And this is his very first stout. Josh is an extract brewer. He's never made a stout before. We talked a little bit about the recipe, so I'm excited to give this one a try. Nice hiss. That's a good start. Whoa, oh, a little bit of a gusher. Oh, careful there. I managed that to pull that one off. Oh, we're gonna pour nice and slow. A nice gentle pour. Travel does interesting things to beers at times. You saw it live right here. I might have to let that settle, but I'm gonna get a pre-nose on this one. Ooh, ooh. I don't think he put vanilla on it. I don't recall that, but oh, he put coffee in here, and he put cocoa nibs in here, and man, it is a nice mix of those two. I have to tell you. Oh yeah, I am definitely getting a lot of coffee on this, which is very exciting. I do love coffee and beers myself, but I'm also getting that chocolate, and I know he has some dark malts in here. He worked hard to make sure he'd get ahead. He accomplished that, you know, so he put in the right things for that, and travel probably helped a little bit, but it's beautiful looking, I'll tell you that. That's a 3-finger head that we started with. All right, let's get a taste. That's very nice, Josh. For a first stout, that is very good. I think we could have done a little less coffee. I get a little bit of the bitter flavors off the coffee, but you've got that nice chocolate coming through, which is wonderful. Very sweet, very excellent. Yeah, the only thing I would say is get more malt backbone on this, or back down a little bit on the coffee to get a little more of the malt flavors coming through. But this is a very good beer indeed. I can't remember exactly what he said it was. I think it was around 7% on this one. Very fun, beautiful. Beautiful. Speaking of good carbonation, last week, if you remember, we tried the Spicy Mayan Chocolate Stout. It was undercarbonated to no carbonation. Found out why. Check out this video. Many of you can remember that last week we tried the Spicy Mayan Chocolate Stout. It wasn't very well carbonated. Couldn't understand why. I've never had an issue with carbonation in my beers. I got some great suggestions between Grant Baker and the Canadian Sasquatch Brewery. They suggested that maybe what I do under the circumstances is make up some new bottling sugar boil the water, etc. We all know the game. And add a few grains of yeast. And for this, I'm using the CBC-1, which is a yeast for cask and bottle conditioning. Put a teaspoon with a few grains, like maybe around 5 grains of yeast. Put it in, recap, see what happens. Grant Baker did this with, I believe it was a triple or a quad that he made. And the bottles that he did start carbing up. It did solve the problem. I think I know why ours didn't ferment. My trusty assistant on bottling day was helping me mix things up and got ingredients. Well, rather than getting the corn sugar, right, for bottling, evidently we didn't have any. He grabbed maltodextrin. As many of you probably know, maltodextrin is for adding body to the beer. It's not a real fermentable per se, and that's why it adds body. So we were lacking sugar. The yeast may have been just fine. Regardless, I'm taking no chances. I'm putting in my 5 grains of yeast. I'm adding a teaspoon of sugar water, and I'm recapping. Pretty simple process. I have nice little labels on them all. Got to pull those off. Pop the top. I've got a few granules in here. More than a few. Teaspoon of the sugar water. Carefully add just a few grains. Pour it in. Put it on my little holder there. Recap. Dry the top. Apply the lid. Repeat. Oh, it's a fun day here at Clements. One thing one should always do whenever they've got to do some not so fun work is reward themselves. That is good. Let's hope this recarbing trick works. See you guys. What can I say? Accidents happen. I should have caught that. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. It's still very tasty. I've got a bottle that's cracked open in the fridge that I'll be drinking tonight. And then I went on to make kind of like my first mead. So here's just a few clips. I am making a mead. This will be my first mead, a real mead. I tried once a long time ago with some funky do-it-quick recipe, but we're making a real mead today. I am no expert. Don't follow my lead, but these are instructions that I was given. Basically, I boiled some water and I put in yeast nutrient, cooled it back down to about 100, 120 range, and then I've been adding in my 3 pounds of honey. Here's my last bit of container right here. And then simply stirring it in. Now, I know a lot of you are pretty proficient mead makers. Zippy Viking and Alarmo come to mind when it comes to meads. And I know that the big man himself, SJ, made a really nice mead not long ago. So anyway, I'm just keeping it simple today. And I've got that thoroughly mixed back in. I'm going to just reheat this a little bit. And now I'm going to try to not make a mess and get this into there. top off with a little water. Cap it. And then I'll be shaking this up for a good while and letting it cool down. Resanitize the top. I'll get this shaken up, aerated real well, get it all cooled down, and then I will add the yeast in later, and you can all critique me. See ya. So yes, I did the quick and easy mead there. Added my yeast, or wine nutrient, I should say. I believe it has some DAP in it. And of course, then there are nutrients as well in the pack from Y yeast. So hopefully I should be good. I'll shake that up a couple times a day for the first 3 or 4 days to try to get the first third of the sugars converted. And then I'm gonna just go for a long haul with this one. Actually, I think I will probably let this go and clear out, and we'll see. I'm thinking I might let this go till just before next Thanksgiving, and pull that out and bottle it up and have a mead for Thanksgiving. I had to add just a little clip in here that I forgot. Yeah, I'm still sipping on some more of Josh's beer. Thank you to Jim, Left Turn 72, I believe, anyway. I believe that he sent a note off to Greg Koch from Stone Brewing, the CEO, and mentioned our crime and punishment videos because Greg actually got on and threw some comments on to our punishment video, the review of punishment, of crime and punishment. I got a kick out of that. I appreciated that. That was kind of a fun thing. You know, we don't get too many head brewers getting on, or CEOs, and making comments, so that was pretty fun. And as a side note though, real quick, to reward Jim, because I'm pretty sure it's Jim that wrote that note, he said something about that wimpy guy, the wimpy guy. So Jim is now dubbed the wimpy guy when it comes to spicy beers. You did a good job, Jim. You hung in there, you did great, and you took the extra shots both times. All right, anyway, I had to share that fun bit of news. Cheers. The next Homebrew Wednesday falls on Christmas Day, so whether I make a video or not, who knows? I know we're all gonna be busy, so I'm gonna just say it now. I wanna wish you all a very merry, happy, and safe Christmas. May you all have just a wonderful time with family, friends, and all that you gather with. From Kevin at Clements Homebrew, happy Homebrew Wednesday, happy holidays, and we will catch you later. Cheers.